Alright, so it took a little while until I made up my mind what I actually think about the new Harley Davidson Nightster. That was a tough one, guys, I tell you. But I came to a conclusion. So it's time to hop on the bike and talk about it, because today it's a freaking beautiful day outside. Coldish, but doesn't care. But I don't care. See, that's how excited I am to go for a ride. So we are going to gather our things and go for a ride. So see you on the bike. Ta-da! Oh, only if it would go that quick in real time, eh? A few days ago, Harley launched their new motorcycle. So if you haven't seen the premiere yet, you should definitely jump over and check it out, because it's very well done. Like, from a videography point of view, spectacular. However, it was a little bit lengthy. Regardless, as soon as I saw the name Nightster fall, whew, I was excited. I was really excited. I mean, a few years back, the Harley Nightster was one of the Sportster series from the get-go, and oh, I was so excited to see what they're going to do with the bike. And then especially when they say right at the beginning of the video that they are going to follow the notion of like form follows function, which, by the way, I'm not sure what to think about it when it comes to the new Nightster now. I'll explain in a minute. So what I want to do in this video is specifically comparing the new Nightster with the old kind of Iron 83. You can really tell that Harley tried to create a bike that basically is built and meant to be modified and customized, really. Because like the main reason of the video was really to tell a couple of creative people in this industry, like, hey, we have this cool new bike, so let's completely rip it apart and see what you can do with it. Like, when I saw that, I was like, so you basically give us a perfect platform to do something completely different, so why do I even buy this bike in the first place, kind of thing. It was a very interesting choice from Harley to market the new Nightster this way. But let's talk about a few quick main features and main differences between the Iron 83 and the new Nightster. I mean, a big one, the cost. Guys, as soon as I saw the price tag, I was so disappointed. The new Nightster comes in at $16,500 Canadian dollars, which means for only $700 more, you can actually buy a Softail standard, and then you have a Softail with way more CC, with a bigger engine, with higher handlebars. Like, I mean, what? For the fact that it has such a high price tag, I would have hoped for a few more things to be added. To be fair, when they say they want to target younger audience, or like bring younger people into the market of Harley Davidson, they should have done a better job in keeping the cost low. Because which young person can afford a bike for that much, really? Because you still have to put the freight in and the taxes, the paperwork, and then if you want to have a special color, you even pay more. So that was kind of disappointing. But to be fair, in comparison with the Iron that comes in at $12,500, I think, at the moment, you get the ABS as standard. Like, it comes just stock with the new Nightster now. You have a little windscreen, which is just a little windscreen. It's not going to help tons, but you probably can feel it a tiny bit. You have the 6th gear. Yes, thank you, Harley. Like, that was so needed. When we had our Iron and we were going on the highway, holy, we were shaking around big time. So having the 6th gear now is amazing. And all lights are LED. Yay! Also, thank you, Harley. You listened. That is amazing. It's about time, though. And of course you have, well, I say of course, but now you have different writing modes on her as well, which is pretty cool. Not sure if I really would need it, and it's like a must-have kind of thing, but hey, but it comes with it, right? One thing I was kind of still hoping for, though, was the LEDs, like the touch screen from the Sportster S. I really was hoping that it would come with it, because it's like should have been a new thing now that Harley just does. Well, yep, no, it didn't work out that way, but hey, whatever can help to keep the cost a little bit lower, right? And then coming back to the point where they said it right at the beginning of the video, saying like, hey, form follows function. Well, Harley, if you say that and then you make the gas tank just a simple air box, like, come on, like the air tank, like the tank you see on the Harley now or on the Nightster is just fake. It's just the air box, because the gas tank now is underneath the seat. I think they did it back then with the V-Rod already, that the gas tank is underneath the seat. I honestly don't know what the feedback was back then, but it's just the fact that no other Harley ever had it before leads me to the assumption that it was not a very well received feature. Because honestly, that also like brings up my questions like, well, how about aftermarket seats? How about if you want to switch out your seat? What if your seat breaks? Like, what? Why? How? Like, I mean, it could be super like it actually could work great as soon as you try it, but like just my initial reaction was just very confused. I'm like, don't try to fix what's not broken. Oh, that's what they said a few times too, where you see like some of these designers just stripping the bike apart literally and breaking things off the bike. Like, I'm not sure it was a bad choice of like when they said it in the video, just like timing wise, or if it was on purpose. Because one thing the Harley Davidson marketing team achieved for sure was the discussions that are going on. There's not a like in between. Like so far, when I was going through social media, there's a lot of like, I don't know, like it's weird. I don't know what to think about it. Like either I love it or I hate it, or also like tons of in between. But talking about love or hate, I mean, hate is always such a strong word, but you know, dislike. Let's put it there. One thing that triggered my reaction right the second when I saw it is the exhaust. Guys, Harley, like, come on. It looks like a leaf blower. It looks like a freaking leaf blower. I don't like it. I can't stand it. I don't understand why Harley did it this way. Like, there are so many nicer ways to pull it off and not make it look like a leaf blower. Like, that was very disappointing. If I would buy a Nightster, that would be one of the first things that would need to go. Now, when you flip to the other side of the Nightster, this bike looks so unfinished on the left side or right side, depending on how you want to see it, look at it. Almost as if the money ran out to design the opposite side. Like, the exhaust side, except the exhaust looks sharp. But the other side, it looks weird. It looks not nice. Like the Iron before is such a sexy bike. You can see the engine on both ways. Like the Evolution engine, like it's just very well designed. And now it just looks as like, I don't know, that really would need to be bought to be a super customizable bike, so that you really want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to put into it. Who can afford to buy a bike like that already costs so much money? It's still a Sportster. You can't really drive far because the tank size is still pretty small in comparison. Like, it's smaller than the original Iron. Like, okay, to be fair, the new Nightster is a little bit lighter, so you kinda can get the same distance. But come on, when you're already trying to squish it underneath the seat, might at least try to get a little bit more out of it. At least you should think, right? See, that is exactly the back and forth I was dealing with for the past few days, trying to figure out what I actually think about it. Like, I kind of like it. I love the fact that they're listening and trying to make the bikes more modern keep up with like the trends of technology, but at the same time it's like a setback on quite a few levels. So yeah, design wise, in my opinion, Harley could have done a little. Oh, that's why. And there I was wondering why it was so windy. Gosh, I need a coffee. But yeah, design wise, really I really think Harley could have done a little bit better. But if their intention was in the first place to create a motorcycle that is supposed to be customized, then yeah, I can see how it's going. I mean, now with the new engine and stuff, Harley can at least put a Sportster back out into the European market, and most countries that just like took the iron out of their inventory because they don't fill the emission rates. Oh my goodness, because they can't fulfill the emission requirements. That's what I wanted to say. Hi. Okay, I definitely need some coffee now. Holy. Overall, Harley really did listen to the market, like with the LEDs, the different riding modes, the 6th gear. They're listening. There are still a few things that they could have improved on, but like no bike is perfect. Would I buy a Nightster? Most likely not. With us really wanting to go on bigger road trips, the Nightster just is not practical. I can totally see how the Nightster can be fun around town. I really do. And I really want to like test ride her. I really want to try her out, because it's just, again, the gas tank and the seat kind of thing. It's really the mix between the, oh my god, that's exciting too, what the hell were they thinking, that made me struggle for so long to come up with like my opinion on what I think about her. And I think most of you guys out there kind of feel the same way. If I had the chance and the choice between the Nightster and the Iron, I would go with the Iron again. Totally. Like, A, it's cheaper. B, in my opinion, it looks a little bit better. And I don't need those ride modes. However, the 6th gear would be nice. Tell me down in the comments what parts of the new Nightster you love and which ones you don't like as much, because I'm curious how the opinions vary there. This view never gets old. Okay, but that is it, guys. Like I said, it took me a while and I'm still not 1000% convinced in what direction I'm leaning. But again, that's a kudos to the marketing team at Harley, because I think that was exactly what they were aiming for. Getting the diversity and the different opinions and the different possibilities and yeah, really the different opportunities out there as well, because this thing will be customized like crazy. And I can't wait to see all the different models and different customized bikes out there, really. I think that part is going to be super fun to like just watch. But I'm heading home now. Got myself a nice coffee. But until we see each other in the next video, I hope you guys are having tons of fun out there and are riding safe and enjoy the weather. Bye bye.